Hello and welcome to Warframe Unabridged. This is your host Finn, and today we're going to talk about Landslide in the first chapter of our unabridged journey through the power kit of Atlas. I'd like to apologize first about the delay with this video. I've had a lot of family coming to town, and my day job, it's picking up, and so I just really want to apologize for taking so long to get this video out. But let's go ahead and dive in now, okay? Now this power is seemingly straightforward, but at the same time there's a lot of nuance and subtle changes that occur with this ability. But this has led me to wonder how to show this in a video without being boring, because it's pretty much just playtesting and showing how far the power scales with mods. So you have to pardon me if it's not all that flavorful throughout the video, because I'm pretty much just showing you how well it scales. It's something that a lot of players don't really take into account, how well this stuff scales with mods both on the frame as well as on the melee weapons. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now here we're running no frame or melee mods other than Steel Charge, and we are dealing 259 to 388 damage versus level 20 units. Now here we've swapped Steel Charge with Corrosive Projection, and it only yields 188 to 366 damage. So at this level it doesn't help us greatly, but at higher levels it will yield a greater return. Now because of that, we're going to go ahead and keep Corrosive Projection and add Intensify. Now this is going to yield 238 to 475 on a ×2 combo and 1426 on a ×4 combo. Now unsurprisingly, adding Primed Pressure Point maxed out will drastically add to this combination of mods, dealing 629 at base to 2,519. Two mods increases the damage output by about 13 times. Cold damage is also strong versus some armored units, so equipping a 90% elemental will perform as if it were 112% buff, and it deals 1385 to 5,542, while cold mods adding 150% will deal 1889 to 7560. Radiation actually gains a pretty insane buff, gaining 75% versus all alloy units, which actually is a pretty good amount of enemies. As you can see, we are starting out with two 90% elementals and dealing 2142 through 8568, while using all 5 mods that contribute to radiation deals 3655 to 14,620. We're going to change gears here and just equip nothing but every status dual stat mod that is available for melee weapons. And as you can see, it's not proccing anything other than the forced impact status. Now this is one of many speed tests that I've done with crit mods on this, and it's doing pretty much nothing. But the wiki does say it only has 5%. So at this point, 1 out of 20, that's really not getting us anywhere. So since there's no status and there's no crit, you might as well just go for raw damage with this. Now here I'm going to show you the distinction between having no mods and having slash mods on it, because there's literally no distinction whatsoever. So in the first test, we have no mods whatsoever equipped, and in the second test, we only have the slash mods. It's 1196 without, and it's 1196 with, and the multipliers just work off the same numbers. Now here we're doing a showcase of the invincibility and the utility therein. So whenever you use this, you're going to go invincible during the duration of it, which isn't very long, but considering it's a spamming ability, it's very useful. You're maintaining invincibility while spending a very small amount of energy, because as you cast it more and more, it grows more efficient. Now here, I'm attacking a Bursa head on. I'm not even attacking it from behind. I'm attacking it in the face, and it is doing nothing to me, but I'm still wearing it down slowly but surely. I've found that this is very good when you're facing down a really strong enemy, and it works against bosses as well and all of that good stuff. Now here we're taking a look at it when you're using Path of Statues with it. And the great thing about Path of Statues is it doesn't just leave a trail behind you. It also has a chance to petrify the person in front of you. It also has a chance to petrify them if they aren't dead and they decide to melee you, because they tend to move forward a little bit right into the stone, and that's just going to leave them petrified with it. Now if you happen to have some damage over time, or if you happen to have radiation status, this goes very well with petrification really, because one, it ties down the enemies using petrification, which by extension provides you with an additional barrier between you and the enemies. But if they happen to have damage over time on them, the damage over time will continue while they are petrified. And if you happen to have radiation equipped, this will also continue during the duration of the petrification and will allow you to use them as a mobile barrier while allowing them to take damage from enemies. Now I would really like to just reiterate the fact that this scales off of mods from your melee weapon, and that is a very important thing to take into account. In fact, the only damage mods it doesn't scale off of are Puncture and Slash, but beyond that you can enhance your damage drastically. Now what this is going to do is provide an opening for taking advantage of enemy weaknesses, and a lot of powers just don't do this. For the few that do, they are incredibly versatile. You can do this with Mesa, with Excalibur, with Valkyr, and a few others. And the fact that you can do that with such a powerhouse attack like Landslide is very important to know. It's very important to take home. Because as you can see, I'm using the damage 2.0 results for toxic damage versus Corpus. And I'm basically punching right past his shields. Yes, the impact damage is directly damaging the shields, but all of the toxic damage that I equipped is going right past that and attacking his health. And since it's such a monumental amount of damage, it's even more powerful. So that's something just to really take home with you. Now that's it for today, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off, but if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new here and want to see some more of our unabridged journey, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you know anybody that may be able to benefit from this, go ahead and hit that share button. But most importantly, I want to know what you think. What are some interesting combinations that you've had with this? Share it in the comments below. But until next time, this is Fen, signing off.